Merry Christmas, everyone. Today on At Your Leisure, we are celebrating by bringing you some holiday cheer in the form of some of our favorite Christmas stories from the past 10 years. Hi, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Ria Booth. Join Chad and me as we reminisce on some of our most cherished adventures and see how Christmas affects families in the outdoors.
We'll have stories of service, winter destinations, and family togetherness that is the hallmark of the season.
Plus, we'll have a recipe for your holiday leftovers. Time to open your presents with AYL.
It's the merriest Christmas since Bing Crosby danced with Danny Kaye. I left out the expletives. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our At Your Leisure Christmas. I'm Chad Booth.
I'm Ria Booth, and we're just horsing around here because, Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase is one of our favorite movies.
It is one of our traditions, and because it's Christmas Day, that's what we decided we'd do. So check out how authentic we are. We've got our Sparky glasses.
That's right. I have my Ellen sweater on.
Yes, you do, Ellen. You look very charming.
And our flying squirrel that came out of the tree.
And eggnog in the moose mugs. So we've got it complete. We've been spending our Christmas Eve and Christmas Day doing nothing but quoting lines from the movie. We have the whole thing memorized.
I know, it's sad.
But from our tradition at home, we got thinking as we would recap all of the traditions, old and new, that we've done in the Christmas stories on At Your Leisure through the years. That seemed like a great way to spend the day.
It's wonderful.
And seeing as how you've invited us from our living room to your living room, I'm going to ask you the question. What one family in all of our extended family of At Your Leisure really says outdoors and Christmas together?
Oh, without a doubt, the Stedman family.
Seeing the kids have fun and playing together, and the adults just being together. That's the thing we like about it. We love being together and having a good time together.
For Nolan Stedman, this is a Christmas to remember. The simple joys of being with family, the smiles of grandchildren, the beauty of the local hills. It's a tradition that has stood the test of time, even when he and his wife Christy have been unable to enjoy it.
And this year's special because we didn't do it last year and we won't be for the next 2 years probably. Been in Brazil for 18 months. My wife and I served a mission down there for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Last year we were in Brazil with green grass and palm trees and hot temperatures, and it was really hard to think of Christmas without the snow and the cold temperatures, and without our family. That was really hard.
While their time in Brazil was rewarding, so much so that they will return in the spring, having missed one Christmas and potentially two more has made this simple get-together of the clan all the more important for Nolan and Christy. It's an easy trip, no more than 10 minutes from Stedman's Recreation in Tooele, their family business for decades. But how far you travel this time of year isn't really all that important, so long as you have people you love along for the trip.
We always do something with the family, but today we just came up to the canyon and had a good time with all the snow. We had some razors and some rhinos out here and these little scoots, and we like to play around on them and just have a good time with both the adults and the little cousins. I just enjoy my time out here.
The love. It's all about the love.
It's fun when they throw snowballs at you and you go fast.
Well, we've been riding a lot of snow scoots and building snowmen and throwing snowballs at people. And it's been a lot of fun.
The benefits of Utah is you can just be right outside of town and partake of snow and mountains and hills and just the great outdoors.
Before setting out on their scoot sleds and side-by-sides for the trip, the Stedmans first make a stop that has become a tradition in and of itself.
The food bank tradition was really interesting. About 5 years ago, we told all of our kids, we don't want you to get us anything for Christmas.
So they would make a donation to the food bank in our names, and they took a picture and put it in a Christmas card, and that was our Christmas gift. And even in Brazil, they sent us a Christmas card with a picture of them delivering their goods to the food bank, and that was our Christmas present while we were in Brazil. It's the best thing they could possibly give us.
Once the food has been dropped off, it's time to hit the trail. While the getaway is very simple and the surroundings not quite what they had planned, the feeling is just as strong as if they were in the most spectacular and expensive place on earth. The important thing is that they are together for at least one more Christmas. That is what matters, and any gifts they get are secondary to that fact, even when what they want is actually important.
The fact that we get out there is what is important, not how. The fact that we get out, we get together, and we have our fun. That's what's important.
It's always a good excuse to get out and throw some snowballs and ride some snow scoots and some side-by-sides and just enjoy.
This is my favorite type of thing to do, is spend time with my family. Every one of them are special. It's just like I'm trying to get as much as I possibly can to make up for past times when we were in Brazil and not able to spend time with them. We're just trying to soak up as much family time as we possibly can.
Merry Christmas! And Merry Christmas from AYL. I'm Stephen Heumann.
What sticks out in your mind is the most unusual Christmas that we did?
Well, definitely. I think it was so unusual, it was so beautiful. It was when we were at San Diego Zoo, because I'm not accustomed to being in California for Christmas. But it was absolutely beautiful, and you know how they just really made you feel like you were in the Christmas spirit, but the weather was beautiful and the animals were awesome, and it was just so much fun.
Jungle Bells, we stay open later than we normally do in our winter hours. Of course, we have it all decked out in decoration. We have different bands and entertainment. Dr. Zoolittle is our resident educator, has some great story time with kids. It has sort of a wildlife theme holiday in it.
That's right, and you talk about Christmas memories, how fun and how unique.
They got lights all over the zoo at Christmas, and they got all these little jungle critters. They're not the actual jungle critters, they're like cartoon critters of the lions and the different animals, and they'll come up and take pictures with you.
So it's a really great tradition here in San Diego to come on in for Jungle Bells, have a nice time, see the zoo at nighttime.
Ria, what was your favorite part of the zoo?
You know, honestly, when we were able to interact with the animals, I thought that was awesome. They have that special zoo package where they can bring you back there and you can go and play with the animals and feed them. The tortoises, those Galapagos tortoises, were outstanding, like 120, 130-year-old.
My favorite was the polar bear. Because most of the time, when I've seen polar bears, they've just been kind of sitting around like a lump. Occasionally they'll walk around. But we had one of the polar bear twins in the water playing with a ball, and he had so much fun playing with that ball, and every now and then he'd stop and look at the kids with their face up against the glass. You know, the reason this is such a great place to come down with your family is because this is not a looking zoo like you traditionally expect. This place is really interactive. But they also have a children's zoo section that's all about touching, seeing, listening, and getting up close with animals, and then the instruction that goes with it, because they've got so many curators at the zoo. Your kids come away smarter than when they went in, not just entertained.
Well, the great thing about the San Diego Zoo is that when you arrive and when you leave and that space in between, you've had a lot of fun. But when we sneak in on you, we don't hit you over the head too hard, but we sneak in on you some education as well. We want you not only to fall in love with these cute, adorable, and amazing animals that we're surrounded by, but also learn about maybe some of the challenges some may have in the wild, and what then you can do in your own day-to-day activities to kind of shift the paradigm a little bit and how we impact the world around us.
You know, Ria, I like the way that the zoo is organized, because it's not just hit and miss. They take all of the Arctic region and put all the animals together. You can look at the regions of the zoo.
And it's not confusing when you're touring around. Even if you don't have a guide to help you out, it's not confusing at all. You know exactly where you're going.
You get to see our bioclimatic zones. What that essentially means is if you're coming to see tigers, you're going to see reptiles and birds and other mammals that would live in that same area as the tiger, along with the plants. We are a registered botanical garden. We have plants from all over the world, some that are nearly 100 years old because they were brought in when the zoo first opened.
If those animals could smile, they're all smiling. I really have never been to a zoo where I've seen so many happy animals.
I don't really consider what I do work. I am so passionate about what I do that even if I wasn't here at the San Diego Zoo, I would be doing what I do. What keeps me here is the fact that not only am I surrounded by animals every day, and I do consider this my home, but also the work we do outside of our fence line. You know, it is a great zoo, it's a wonderful experience, but I'm really passionate about what we do on a conservation level as well. We've been responsible for putting animals back out in the wild and monitoring them and staying with them, making sure they are able to sustain life in the wild as well. Those type of things, those are the things that make a difference. And if I can inspire other people to help make that difference with us, then I'm doing great.
Polaris makes the off-roads best, and now is the time to buy. Take your pick of legendary Sportsman, the best-selling automatic ATVs, and get rebates up to $800. Grab a Razor XP 1000, the best-selling sports side-by-side, and get a $3,000 rebate. Hurry in for huge deals during the Polaris Full Throttle Sales Event.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
The Utah Farm Bureau has always been there to fight for the needs of its members, with discount programs on items ranging from vehicles and ATVs to health and wellness. The membership fees aren't big, but the results are. We've been around since 1916, and we're not leaving anytime soon. Utah Farm Bureau. We work for those who work to feed the world.
When the road takes you farther than you knew possible, when the world is more beautiful than you've ever seen, when home is more comfortable than it should be, this is when you know you're in Kane County. The perfect mix of rural and urban, culture and adventure. Glendale, Orderville, Kanab, Bigwater, small towns with more to offer than just peace and quiet. Kane County, Utah. Find the new you.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. I'm here with Bakin Bill. Y'all know Bakin Bill, the best Dutch oven guy in the world. Anyway, it's holiday season and there's leftovers everywhere you go, at your friend's house, at your house, whatever. And Bill is going to show us what to do with our leftovers.
Turkey.
Turkey leftovers. So, what do we do here?
Well, we're going to take the turkey. We've got it in strips. We actually grilled this a little bit. That's why you see these grill marks. But we're going to cut it up into little cubes so we don't have great big bites. You know, one of the best parts of the Thanksgiving dinner is the dressing for me. But I want the next day, I want to enjoy my turkey again. And I want dressing, so I've made a turkey dressing casserole. You want to start scooping up the...
Oh, yes,
while I
yes.
continue cooking?
Okay. Okay. This looks great. So this would take about, what, 20 minutes to prepare?
Oh, a little bit of prep. Now I am putting the rest of the ingredients in. For instance, I'm putting in the dressing, store-bought dressing, or you can take your bread, dry it out, season it a little bit. We're putting in our onions, our green onions.
And the celery.
And also we're putting in the sage, and that's what we've got here, the sage and the poultry seasoning. We're putting that in. Okay, let's put about half of those onions. We don't want to have it too,
yeah.
You know, and it's important to really measure these out properly.
So then here we got the dressing.
Yeah, dump the dressing in.
Two bags.
Yeah, another one.
Okay.
We stir it around a little bit, and then we put our
chicken broth
and let the breading absorb it so it gets nice and moist. Now we're ready to go and put it on the in the Dutch oven, put it on the coals.
All right. Beautiful. Oh yeah, oh my goodness, this is gonna be delicioso. Yummy.
I like to pour some hard-boiled eggs on here because it helps to give more of a flavor to it of the eggs rather than raw eggs. If I put the raw eggs in there, I gotta bring the temperature up and I want those eggs completely cooked because I don't want any bacteria from it. It really helps the overall flavor with the sage and the different spices we have in there, and of course the vegetables.
Oh, that looks so good. Lid, and fire that baby up.
Right.
How long is this gonna take?
Until it's done.
Come on,
well,
I need to know if I can run errands before I put it
on the
There's
fire.
a lot of things that affect the cooking time. Your elevation,
Yeah.
the wind blowing, different things like this. It's like a pressure cooker, the Dutch oven is. And the weight of the lid holds that heat in. And so when the heat starts, the pressure starts coming out comes the aroma. What does it do? It triggers your timer. Do you know what your timer is?
Your nose?
Playing as a nose on your face.
I love
That's
it.
right.
That's great. All right, well, we're gonna throw this stuff on the coals, cook it up, and when we get back, we're gonna show you how it tastes. Oh, Bill,
Whoa.
what is this called again?
Turkey dressing casserole.
All leftovers.
Yeah.
Can you believe that's leftovers
That's
right here?
That's what you do with your turkey.
That's fantastic. All right, we're gonna go to a commercial break, but we'll be right back.
This Christmas, give the perfect gift from Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You can enjoy a new Honda snowblower, a Honda 2000 generator. The kids will love a 2017 Polaris Outlaw, a 2017 Honda Sierra 50, or a 2017 Polaris RZR 170. And for the kid in all of us, a one-wheel. At Stedman's, you'll find a Christmas gift that will be enjoyed all year long.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Don't let your next family outing end in tragedy. Don't drink and ride. Driving an OHV under the influence of alcohol is no different than driving your car under the influence of alcohol. Law enforcement officers will be out checking riders and operators of OHVs. You could end up seeing jail time, loss of driver's license, the same stiff penalties that apply to operating a car. This message is from the Utah Division of Parks and Recreation. Ride responsibly.
Let's be honest, you don't know much about Beaver County. Well, let me tell you about it. It's the birthplace of outlaw Butch Cassidy and inventor Philo T. Farnsworth. Some of the best skiing in Utah is at Eagle Point. You've got camping, Canyon Breeze Golf Course, Crusher and the Tushers, Beaver Territorial Courthouse, snowmobiling, renewable energy, Pioneer Car Show, Squeaky Cheese, Ghost Towns to explore, best water in the country, Paiute ATV trails, Old Frisco Kilns, horse racing, hunting, fishing, and it's a good place to live. Beaver County, mountains of fun. I could tell you more, but why don't you come and see it for yourself?
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody.
Ho, ho, ho.
And Merry Christmas. Well, we're just having a great time today. And you know, this is just a really great show because we've just been going back on all of our favorite Christmas stories and everything that we've done in the past. And this one coming up is really special, I think, because it's about the Boy Scouts. And they actually did this really wonderful project where they're actually making needy families' Christmas a little brighter. And that's just one of the many things that Boy Scouts do.
That's true. This story really has the heart of service.
A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
The Scout Law. Tenets of life dedicated to honor and service. The scouting lifestyle has been around for over a century, with boys working to become good men while learning about and enjoying the outdoors. It's been said, you can't take the outing out of scouting. And for the Silverback Patrol of Troop 281, each month brings with it a chance to get out and immerse themselves in nature.
A lot of kids don't go camping these days, don't get out a lot, they're playing their video games. Gives them a chance to get out there, be a little more self-sufficient, and I think it also helps give them responsibility so they grow into nice young men.
Normally, we just play the whole time and swim and do stuff like that.
This month, however, their campout was a bit different. With the holidays fast approaching, the troop decided to do their good turn and help some local families get into the Christmas spirit.
We went to a place called Lookout Pass, and while we were there, we learned some cool history facts about the Pony Express, and we cut down 2 trees for people in need.
There are lots of people that can't afford stuff like that, and would be really happy to see one.
You have to get a permit, and so we had these little pink slips, and they were just huge stickers, and so we cut it down, and stuck the sticker around the trunk and brought him home.
After searching for that perfect Christmas juniper, each of the boys who had passed their tote and chip requirements took turns hacking away at the trunk of their chosen tree. With each whack, they got closer to their goal, but it wasn't as simple as they thought it would be.
It was easy but scary because it looks like the axe is going to hit you. When you're under, the tree will fall onto you.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. The boys were kind of clueless because we're just blindly chopping without a slope or anything.
Great job, Isaiah.
Eventually, their perseverance paid off, and their Christmas gifts were loaded up and on their way to bring smiles to their neighbors. But the impact of this small service project goes beyond just the families who received these special scout trees.
I think it gave them a chance to step back from their normal lives of just thinking about themselves and actually realize that there are other people out there and you know, give them a way to serve the other people.
I just feel like I did a service, not helping me, but helping someone that needed it.
Christmas trees are expensive, fake or real, whatever, and it's just nice to help somebody in need.
It's easy to think that today's youth are unable to rise to the challenge of an occasion, that they're here just to play video games and watch TV. In reality, though, they are far more capable than we often give them credit. Today, the Scouts of Troop 281 are examples of just that. A Scout is many things: trustworthy, loyal, and all the other tenets of the Scout Law. They are also just our local kids, doing their best to make the world a bit brighter at Christmas.
It's really fun to be a scout because you get to serve a lot of people and you get to go on a lot of fun campouts.
Everything you learn in Scouts are good skills that will help you through life.
Knowing that you're actually doing something productive and nice and helping other people, and that's the best way to feel good, is to do service.
From the Christmas Trailhead, I'm Don Dunwell.
You know, I love that story because it's great to talk about the gift of giving for Christmas. I mean, think about it. The whole world flipped at that very day on Christmas Day because our new message was giving and sharing and caring for each other. Well, right now, one of our other favorite things to do is look for reindeer. And in Utah, the closest thing that you would find is something that Reese Stein found at Hardware Ranch.
I'm Reese Stein at your leisure at Hardware Ranch, and what better way to celebrate the holidays than a sleigh ride through a herd of reindeer relatives?
They are related to reindeer. These are elk. They're members of the deer family.
I didn't see any red noses out there, though. But,
no, they're not that closely related.
These reindeer are elk, and they've come by the hundreds to Hardware Ranch in the mountains above Cache Valley for a free handout. Brad Hunt and his Division of Wildlife Resources staff feed the elk hay each winter. But Brad isn't just playing Santa Claus.
The elk migrate for the winter. Where they typically go is into the valley, and that impacts local farmers and ranchers that are producing their own crops for their own livestock. And so by feeding here, we prevent some of that migration. This is a natural stopping point on that migratory route, and then it gives us a unique outreach opportunity.
Better to feed them up here than in the farmers' fields down in Hiram in the valley.
And the hay we raise here is specifically for the elk and our horses in our program.
And it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with these magnificent critters. Actually, wagon rides until there's enough snow for runners.
Is this your first time out here?
Yeah, it's my first time.
So, are you surprised you can get this close to them?
Yeah, I had no idea it was like this.
Seeing all the elk.
So close.
So close. You see elk all the time from the mountains, but from a distance.
The December cold spell has enticed some 300 mostly cow elk to the ranch. There are a few young bulls, and at least one with a healthy set of antlers. By midwinter, there could be some 600 to 700 elk feeding here. Sometimes there's a little competition for the best spots at the dinner table. The sleigh ride is a great opportunity for a unique family holiday outing.
I like being outside anyway, and then to be up here just with the elk and see that they have a place that they can be where they're safe and thriving. It was wonderful.
You got the whole family here,
Yeah,
including the new one, huh?
Little baby.
Yeah. Yeah, is this a good family activity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really surprised at how well they did. They loved it.
It was cool.
Why? What was cool about it?
forever.
It's a good kickoff for our holiday season, and usually between Christmas break for school and when they start up again after New Year's is our busiest time of the year. That's when we see most of our visitors.
These sleighs are not pulled by Dasher and Dancer, but rather huge draft horses, including Lucky and Belle, a match team of blonde Belgians.
They match together very well. Their size matches together, and they just click, and they do a very good job. That's hard. That's hard to get a horse that enjoys their job and enjoys going out and doing what they do every day.
Last Saturday, they kicked off the season with a festival that included fun activities for the kids at the Hardware Ranch Visitor Center. Through the winter, the sleighs will run Friday through Monday only, $5 for visitors over 9 and $3 for children 4 to 8. Hardware Ranch is 20 miles east of Hiram in Blacksmith Fork Canyon. Well, they may not be Santa's reindeer, but this holiday season, these close cousins will do just fine. Reese Stein at your leisure at Hardware Ranch.
Jesse, do you want a doll for Christmas this year?
No, I want an RV from Ray City for my whole family.
It may be too big to fit under the tree, but there's nothing like a new RV for Christmas. Ray City RV on Riverdale Road in Roy, Santa's RV workshop.
The 2017 Ski-Doo Summit sleds. Next generation REV platform. The most powerful two-stroke engine in the industry. For the unmatched handling and power to own the next side hill, the next drop, the next ride. Ski-Doo. What matters is what's next.
In a place that is beyond words, there is nothing to be said, except take your time in Bryce Canyon country.
Come into Ray City RV for our end-of-year clearance sale. Give your family the gift of adventure this Christmas. Tent trailers, Class A motorhomes, accessories, and more. Everything you need to bring your loved ones together. There's nothing like a new RV for Christmas. Ray City RV on Riverdale Road in Roy. Merry Christmas, Bunny.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Chadwick.
It's certainly been a great Christmas holiday. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Spending our Christmas day just kind of rekindling things, no pun intended.
Cute.
And it's the time of time. I hope you don't mind if I share this really private moment with all of our viewers.
Well, I don't know what it is yet.
It's your Christmas gift. There you go, Bunny. Now, I want you to know something about this present, honey. It's made by Blankets by Brian, and he custom makes these wraps. And you notice that it's just waist length.
Well, Merry Christmas. Your gifts are right there. We'll get to those later.
Thank you for joining us for our Christmas Day. Remember, next week is New Year's, and you know what New Year's means.
Bloopers.
It's our blooper special. All the things that we shouldn't have done all year long, you get to see. So you won't want to miss that.
Oh, those were the fun times.
I'm a little bit nervous about this year.
You should be.
Well, remember, between now and next week when we get together, there is adventure around every bend.
That's right. All you got to do is get out there and create your own adventure.
At Your Leisure. Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here, and that way they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.